Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, live on WBON TV Channel 9 and on radio at V99.3, Sports Radio 103.5 and Y92.5. Support your favorite local teams and enjoy the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Also brought to you by Bishop Small Engine Repair, the law offices of Patrick O'Neill, Nuevo Vallarta, and Aero Auto Glass. Now let's go live to your host, Michael Watkins and Samantha Burford.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome into the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Thank goodness I-75 is back open, Samantha. And I don't know why. Last week, we came on the air, and I was complaining about it, and next day, they announced that it was going to open. So here's the thing. If I had complained 2 months earlier, I could have saved everybody all this heartache and aggravation.
You know, I just want to warn everybody to stay tuned, because he's already warned me that
I'm in a mood today.
He is in a mood.
In a good mood, though.
He's already said that he's going to pick on me more tonight than he usually does.
Yeah.
So I'm not caffeinated enough for you to do that.
Well, you walked in and you had your shoulder pads. Look at this. Well, look, I mean, it's like we got.
It is football season.
I know. Well, who are you shooting up for? The Jets? They're 0-7 right now. They could use you probably. Yeah.
I could play.
Well, let's talk about some.
Hey, I broke my finger playing flag football. I don't know if y'all can see, but
when did you play flag football? Like this weekend?
No.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
College.
Oh, that was like back in the black and white days.
Oh.
Yeah, you just lobbed it up for now. I just had to slam that one home. But we got a fun show for you again. We do have one live guest coming on. It's Corey Neal from EKU. It's homecoming week for the Colonels.
Full of activities this week.
And so excited. Listen, this is a fun. Wish we had one on Saturday, because then this game would mean a little bit more. But it still means more.
It
is a big deal, because you got the number 3 team in the country coming in Tarleton State. We'll talk about that here later on in the broadcast. But
here's what I want to say before you move into high school. We went from such a high of beating Austin P, a ranked number 15 team, to this past week, and we're going to get there.
Yeah.
I'm depressed.
It's sad right now.
It being homecoming,
kind of lifts the spirits a little bit. Yeah.
Yes, so we'll get there. But first, good news.
Yeah, how about Madison Central? An absolute beatdown of GRC. Yeah,
and I wasn't there. You were there. But I was with someone whose family was there, and they were sending them plays, so I got to watch
49-0 was the final score, and a shutout. What a performance! On the very first, so Central they win the coin toss. They receive first 2 plays of the game on offense. We get a fumble by Quincy Compton.
Yeah,
he recovers it, and a fumble by Carson Herbst. He recovers it. So the first 2 plays of the game, we fumble the ball, recover our own fumble, and then we get Davion DeBruce on a triple option play where Carson pitched it out to him. He got like 13, 15 yards somewhere through there, and they never looked back. Absolute domination. Corinthian Barnes, 16 carries, 146 yards, a 2-touchdown night for him. Yeah. Carson Herbst, 4 carries, 68 yards, a 51-yard touchdown, a pair of TDs on Friday night. And Wiley Mathis gets his first touchdown of the season.
We're used to hearing Brian Mathis, and so this is his little brother.
Yeah, first career varsity touchdown for Wiley, 5 carries, 56 yards for him. And total, listen to this number, folks.
Total
40
offense.
carries, 422 rushing yards.
That's huge.
In the game for the Indians. 146 for Barnes, 68 for Herbst, 57 for Compton, 56 for Mathis, 49 for Davion DeBruce, 23 for Hollingsworth, and 23 for Jakari Estel-Boyd. And the Indians dominate GRC by the final score of 49-0 to go 1-1 in district play after not winning a game last year.
To what? Frederick Douglass.
Yeah, lost last week to Douglass.
Which is ranked, I mean, as far as in the district region goes.
Well, and you go 0-3 last year in the district games, and 2 of those at home. This year, you lose to Douglass by 6. You beat GRC 49-0, and now you welcome in Bryan Station on Friday night, who lost to Douglass 27-10. Yeah, so
here's my question. Now, this game really means a lot against Bryan Station.
Multiple things. So now if you win Friday night, you're the 2 seed in the district. You would host at least one playoff game. And when you look at how so on the other side of the bracket, it would be Tates Creek, Henry Clay, Lafayette, and Dunbar. Last year, all 4 teams from our district won the first-round games. We were the 4 seed and beat the 1 seed from their side in Tates Creek. That was a butt-whooping in the first round of the postseason.
Yeah.
This year, it looks like it could be the same thing where Central, Douglas, GRC, and Bryan Station could all still win that first-round postseason game. So it might not matter a whole lot, but for these seniors who will have senior night this Friday night against Bryan Station, they would love at least one more home game to close out the season and sometime in the postseason.
Get that home crowd in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
and
I did look it up against Bryan Station. Of course, wasn't a great game. They played Frederick Douglass, like you said, the week before. But they don't like to throw the ball. They like to run the ball.
Well, no, and GRC was the same way.
Yeah, and they have 3 players that threw the ball last week. It was kind of crazy.
Trying to find somebody that worked.
Trying to find and the week before they had 2 of the same. So they, kind of switched it up. But they also had a kid last week. I couldn't pronounce his name, so I'm not even going to try. But they had some kid on defense that had 10 tackles on his own.
Well, and Bryan Station's got athletes, but when they they had that tremendous run the last 4 or 5 years under the coach that went to Henry Clay. Now Haskins
trying to rebuild Henry Clay's program.
And he's done that. He's rebuilt programs throughout the years. But now he's at Henry Clay. JT Haskins has taken over. Really good coach. He's familiar with that program, obviously. And right now they're still kind of in limbo trying to figure things out. So I think going into this matchup Friday night, Central probably the favorite. But you still got to go out there and play the game.
It's at home, especially, so that'll be good.
And revenge on the mind last year when Central lost in the regular season last year, but did beat Bryan Station in the playoffs. So that could be a factor as well. But very, very impressive win this past Friday night. We forgot to mention Quincy Compton had the 42-yard interception return for touchdown.
How great was that?
And I'll tell you what, McElwee Moose put an incredible block on that return touchdown by Quincy Compton. And defensively, you had 4 tackles for Compton, 3 for Hairston. McElwee played well. You had the return of William Thurman, who looked really, really good out there playing it at the defensive end spot. He made a couple of impact plays, had a sack, and had a tip pass. So Central's defense looked legit. And that's one thing that Coach Clark and I were talking about during the broadcast Friday night. He's seen a lot of good and bad Madison Central teams, and he's seen a lot of really good individual players come through the Indians program. He coached against them for so many years during his time at Madison Southern, and then after that, his stepson was playing at Frederick Douglass, so we got a really up-close look at him then as well. He said it, and we both kind of talked about it. This Central team is probably the deepest Central team that he and I have ever seen. I've been calling games for 10 years now for Madison Central. This is probably top to bottom, position to position, the deepest team that I've ever seen them have. You look at the running backs. I mean, you've got Barnes, Compton, you've got DeBruce, Wally Mathis comes in, Bronson Parker comes in. It doesn't matter who runs the ball. They've got weapons. Throwing the ball, the receivers.
And some of them are playing both sides of the ball,
but it's
Wiley.
the depth. The depth that they have this year is super impressive. You can pull, Parker and Mathis, put them in there, and they really don't miss a beat. And then defensively, they're constantly rotating guys in and out. You lose a couple of guys to injuries throughout the year. Now they're back, so they're fully healthy on defense, fully healthy on offense. And this team looks primed to make a postseason run. We know we got to get over that Frederick Douglass hump, and we still got to finish the season strong. Got Bryan Station, got CNX in 2 weeks. But the way they look right now, they have got the look of a team that could make a deep postseason run. And it could all come down to, again, a matchup with Frederick Douglass. That now looks like it would have to go on the road to get a win against a team you've never beat before.
Right.
But right now, the Indians look very, very good, and they'll play Bryan Station at home this Friday night. You can watch that game live on WBON TV, and we will be there live for the senior night festivities as well. So be sure to tune in this Friday, Madison Central, Bryan Station, senior night, final home game for the Indians and final district game, and they need you there. They need a really big crowd to celebrate this senior class and to really kind of catapult them and celebrate what all they've done throughout their careers especially, again, as they try to close out and go 2-1 in district play, and then they would be able to host a playoff game here in a couple of weeks.
You're exactly right. And speaking of a couple of weeks, we talked about it earlier on the phone today.
They've moved the games?
They have moved Madison Central and Madison Southern's games, not this week, but the following week.
What's Halloween?
October 30th.
Yep.
So both teams of our, that we follow, Madison Central, Madison Southern, are both on October 30th on that Thursday night instead of Friday night. So Madison Central will be playing St. Xavier.
Okay, St. X on the road on that Thursday. Southern will be at home. It'll be their senior night and final regular season game. And Central's had this planned. It was already on the schedule for them to be on next Thursday. Southern just announced today, a couple of hours ago, that they would be moving their game to Thursday night.
Now, we talked about this on our phone call today, too, about St. X.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They just had soccer playoffs.
Yeah.
Won the game.
Won the district.
They had an accident in their soccer stadium, their stands.
If you go on Twitter or X, maybe even on Facebook, you can find the video.
I found it on Facebook.
On Facebook. So did you see it? And you were kind of worried that it was. But it wasn't like there was anything gory or anything. But what happened was after the celebration, so they win the district championship. They're celebrating with their classmates. The pep section is kind of at the end of the bleachers.
Yeah.
And the railing that separates the bleachers from the track or whatever, I don't know where the game was played at. But anyways, the celebration's going on. The team rushes over to kind of high-five and celebrate with the team or the crowd, and the railing collapses. So then this whole crowd of pep section student-athletes and then students and whatever else, they fall on top of the players. There were multiple soccer players hurt.
Yeah.
And then we found out that there was also a football player that was in the pep section. Ben Parkstein, is that how you say that? Ben Pinkston. Your handwriting is awful, by the way.
I'm sorry about my handwriting.
Ben Pinkston, he was one of their best defensive players.
Yes.
He was actually injured, broke his leg, you said?
Broke his leg. So, that's what they reported.
That could be a big deal.
Broke his arm.
Broke his arm, yeah. Arm and the leg. I'm glad you're getting those two things figured out now. It only took you about 60 years, right?
I had to write it down.
I'm picking on you today.
You are picking on me. I have to write it down because, I am going through the notes so quickly, and that's why I was like, if I don't write it down, I don't remember.
So
I have a sick dog at home, too, so I've been freaking out over her all day. So
well, did you take care of her?
We spent 3 hours in the emergency vet yesterday.
Oh, wow. That's not good. Everything okay?
Yeah, she's got a kidney infection, but she's 16 years old.
I got no doubt, too.
We were expecting bad news that they weren't going to be able to help her, but they are. We're on two different antibiotics and pain meds. And
I need some of those right now. Maybe get me going a little bit. But before we get too far off topic, I'll tell you what, let's do this. Next Monday, let's wear our Halloween costume. Have you got one lined out?
No.
I've already got mine. Yeah, I've already got mine. Yeah.
I'm going to come as you.
That'll take a lot of makeup. You can do it, though.
You should come as me, and I should come as you.
Can I borrow that shirt with the puffy shoulders?
Yes. I don't think it'll fit you.
Well, let's talk about Madison Southern. The Eagles off this past week. Yep. Now they got West Jessamine coming up Friday night.
Which might be good. Gives them. It seems a little late to be having
the open week. Yeah. But it comes at a good time because now you get 2 weeks to prepare and kind of a must-win game for the Eagles because they have the same thing kind of on the line that Madison Central has. You win, you host a postseason game, and for them, they could potentially even be the number one seed in their district with a victory. Yeah, depending on how things play out with the other two games.
Because if you look at their schedule, it's not showing that at all. With a 2-6 record, 1-1 though in district play, so that's good. They're going to be playing West Jessamine in Nicholasville this coming Friday night. So they need parents and supporters to show up.
Yeah, and this is a team that they have kind of struggled down the stretch.
Too. They're 5-3.
Did beat East Jessamine, but lost to Montgomery County. So they hit the road, and they need a big performance. And listen, we talked to Coach Kirk a couple of weeks ago about the team. Injuries have been a major issue for this team.
So
they've had 3 or 4 guys, different play quarterback, and Gabe Beard, I think, will finally be ready to go for this week. But they've got to find a way to get a win, and then they would for sure lock up a home game with a victory. But you want to get some confidence, too, as you go down the stretch. And then, again, their game against Whitley County has been moved to the 30th.
Yes.
Halloween, they'll have it off, obviously. And
it's probably smart.
Yeah, because, that affects a lot of things. It affects the gate because you want people to come to the game. Yes. So you move it to Thursday night.
Trick-or-treating.
And then if some parents have, they have a kid playing football, but they also have a kid that wants to go trick-or-treating. Yeah. You've got an issue there. So
and I feel
it's very
safety.
smart.
Kids might misbehave. They're throw that in there.
I could
They
see
might,
that.
You know, you don't. It's Halloween. People do weird things on Halloween.
Yeah.
So I think it's better off for everybody.
Yeah, that's
So,
true. That's true. So we'll talk about that. The Eagles, we'll have
Yeah.
that game for you on 106.7, The Pinnacle.
They need this
and
win. Both teams really
WLFX.
need this win.
Yep.
We're getting to the 2 more games, you guys. I can't believe it. Regular season is almost over.
Well, and
Can't
so
believe it.
right now you've got Southern at 1-1 in the district. West Jessamine is 1-1 or 0-1. Excuse me, East Jessamine's 0-1, and then West Jessamine is 1-0. So things kind of shifting out right now. The Eagles have a chance to win that district if they can get a big win on
West
Friday
Jessamine
night.
is 1-1. That's not
On
what
the
I wrote
in
down.
district game?
In district, yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote 2-0.
2-0.
Did I write it down?
West Jessamine, let's look real quick. They are. They did beat Montgomery County and East Jessamine, and they blew them
I
out.
was
so.
like, did I write so fast that I wrote the wrong
So this is a
record?
big
And
one.
they're
but-
5-3.
But if Southern wins, again, they have a shot. Depending on how things play out, they could potentially get the 1 seed there.
Yeah.
Let's take a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll talk some EKU football. The Colonels, man, a tough loss on the road at North Alabama. Scary injury to Jalen Montgomery. We do have good news about him. But the Colonels go on the road and fall at UNA. We'll talk about that when we come back. And then later on in the show, Corey Neal from EKU will
in the
join us
house.
to talk about homecoming this weekend. We'll have all that for you coming up. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're live in Richmond. This is the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
When you grow up in Richmond, there are 2 traditions you know by heart.
Jack Burford Chevrolet and EKU football.
Jack Burford Chevrolet isn't just a place to buy a car. It's where generations of Central Kentucky families have started their journey.
More than just a school, EKU is the heartbeat of this town, a cornerstone where tradition, pride, and a winning spirit come together.
Jack Burford Chevrolet and EKU football. 2 Richmond icons, 1 winning tradition.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience. We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Co-Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Steel in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Have you heard about JB's Grow Shop? They are one of the most unique businesses in Richmond. If you're a farmer or gardener, then you and JB's Grow Shop will make a great team. They provide the highest quality organic soils, nutrients, castings, and much more to meet your indoor and outdoor growing needs. Their experts will meet with you and make sure that you are getting the most out of your homegrown plants. JB's Grow Shop is located in the Southern Hills Plaza Shopping Center at 956 Commercial Drive in Richmond.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Allen Farms and Rodeo invites you to celebrate Halloween and November 1st at Bulls and Barrels Richmond at the Madison County Fairgrounds. Celebrate Halloween with a special trick-or-treat, a concert, and more on Friday night, with mutton busting and more fun taking place on Saturday. Gates open at 4:30 both nights, and the best bull riders and barrel racing around starts at 7:30. For Bulls and Barrels Richmond, October 31st and November 1st at the Madison County Fairgrounds. For more info, like Allen Farms and Rodeo LLC on Facebook. Welcome back into the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Michael Watkins, Samantha Burford.
I'm smiling, but I know we're getting ready to talk about EKU football.
Well,
I'm not smiling.
You just said you were smiling.
I was, and then
Make
I
up your mind.
remembered what we were talking about.
Hey, listen.
I'm depressed.
It was a rough weekend for the Colonels. They hit the road. But listen, that has been the problem all year. They're perfect at home right now, winless on the road. Losses to Louisville, Marshall, West Georgia, and now North Alabama. As Eastern sits at 3-4 on the season, and an ugly loss, 35-14. Never really got anything going defensive or offensively.
So many mistakes.
And, you know, when you look at that game, UNA came in bottom of the barrel in the UAC. They're still sitting at the bottom of the barrel. You got Southern Utah.
And here's the thing. You think it's a gimme, which it wasn't.
And it wasn't. But I think
that one win that they had, they played fabulous.
Yeah. Well, that's us.
That was the team that came out against us.
Yes. Yeah. And you know, you look at so now Utah Tech 0-3 in conference play. Southern Utah, UNA, and Eastern 1-2 in the UAC. So we're all tied for 6th.
Yeah.
And you've got Tarleton State 4-0, the third-ranked team in the country, 8-0 overall in the season. That's who comes into town this weekend for homecoming. But just, you look back at that game, defense, which has been so good this year, never could get any stops consistently. No. The run game couldn't get going.
But think about the very beginning of the game, the very first play. They held them.
Oh, yeah.
They were 4-1.
Yeah.
They ran 4 plays, stopped them. And then you think, okay,
we're good.
We got this. We're good.
Well, I think momentum is a big thing, too. And you know, Eastern never got any. I mean, you look at the way the game played out. One-score game at the halftime. UNA scored on its first 2 offensive drives of the second half to break the game open. A low-scoring first half, and then UNA, their offense just wakes up, kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, you talk about
it was that punt. You think about the mistakes.
Yeah.
They had that.
And we've had a few of those this year that have just kind of head scratchers.
Some of our special teams hasn't gone as we'd like and what we're used to.
Yeah.
Usually we have great special teams. It's been a little off this year.
Well, Coach talked about the loss after the game. He said it was a great effort by North Alabama. Give them all the credit on what they did. We had some drives or we had some things going, but we keep doing things that hurt us that we can't do. Yeah. We have to improve and move forward. Again, the loss sees Eastern fall to 3-4 on the season and 1-2 in the UAC. And again, we talked about the record for UNA. They're also 1-2 in conference play. You know, we had they scored late in the second quarter, an 81-yard drive on 11 plays that ended with a 27-yard catch and run from Burkett to Marcus Cowwise Jr. Brady Hensley scored the touchdown late with a 32-yard touchdown run, but really that was really the only offensive explosive
plays.
And you know, and Coach Wells, when we talked to him in the press conference last Tuesday after the win against Austin Peay, he talked about the turnover battle and some of those explosive plays. You remember we had the Burkett run. He had a couple of really nice runs in that win over Austin Peay. Brady, I had like a 68-yarder, I think it was. So they had some explosive plays against Austin Peay. Could not do that this past Saturday. And it was almost
like Miles Burkett was actually the quarterback getting his groove in. They were moving in that right direction mid-season, and it was like finally the team was coming together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, in the win over Nichols and then the win over Tarleton State, or the win over Austin Peay, it's 2 home wins. You're feeling good about yourself.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can be a little bit too overconfident, and there is always and listen, Coach Wells can say and do all the right things. The coaching staff can say and do all the right things. But when you're going on the road to face a team like UNA, who, let's face it, that's not a big matchup, and then you've got a team next week, it's homecoming, it's Tarleton State. That look-ahead spot, it can, no matter what you say, no matter how many times you preach it, guys, we got to come out here and take care of this game.
Got to take care of this game, this business today.
These are still 18 to 22-year-old kids, so no matter how many times you say it, they can still think they've got a victory in the bag and look ahead to next week. And one thing to keep in mind as well, this was UNA's homecoming.
Yeah.
So they had a big crowd in attendance. They wanted to get the victory. They wanted to, play good in front of the fans that were coming back to North Alabama and put on a good show. And they did just that as the Colonels lose on the road this past Saturday.
And we had
heartbreaking
never
loss.
lost to North Alabama.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot
we
of.
played them 3 times.
Yeah, not a lot of
hadn't lost to
instances,
'em.
but still, I mean, and I was talking to Patrick Nations before the show, and he was talking about a couple of years ago. They went on the road down there. They had a big lead at halftime, and they did not score in the second half. UNA made it close. Colonel still got the
back
victory.
in 23.
2023, yeah.
I looked it up today.
Yeah.
2 overtimes.
Yeah,
and we
so,
won.
I think when you look at what Eastern's been able to do the last 2 home games, 3-0 at home, now we bring in Tarleton State, and that's a big deal. Tarleton State is really, really good. They're number 3 in the country.
And we've never lost to them.
Exactly. Yeah.
We have beat them the last 3 years.
And they've been good the last couple of years, too. But if you are, if you're a Colonel fan, and listen, I've been doing the tailgate show for 10 years now.
Is that who you were talking about? That's who we beat in 2 overtimes. Sorry.
Yeah, that's who was beaten overtime. But if listen, I've been doing the tailgate show for 10 years. We've been doing this show for around that same length of time.
Yeah.
I know how Eastern fans are. The second things don't go right, they just they give up. We don't need that right now. We still have a chance. But you've got the diehard fans though, and you do. You got the diehard Colonel fans that no matter if we're winless or we're undefeated, they're going to be there in the RV lot. They're going to be there tailgating. And they're going to be there supporting the maroon and white.
You're right.
But we do have those fans that only come out when things are going good. And right now, listen, we're undefeated at home, and you get a chance to watch the number 3 ranked team in the country. It's homecoming. No matter what you've got going on, you need to make sure that you are there this Saturday as the Colonels welcome in Tarleton State, the number 3 ranked team in FCS, and it's going to be a really good football game. I think the defense plays better at home, the offense plays better at home, and
this could be. I'm just going to say it, not to jinx them. I'm not jinxing them, okay? I'm just going to say it. They have 10 wins.
Yeah, 10 straight wins at home.
Yeah. This would make for 11. So we need the fans out there. Tickets, you can get tickets as low as $20, I believe. So you can go to EKUsports.com. You can go to the Coliseum, get your tickets. Get there.
Yeah.
And it's
call
finally
Raymond.
Football weather.
Oh, exactly. And listen, I was looking at the weather today.
Game.
It's going to be a little bit cloudy, but not. I don't think as of right now they're giving a chance of rain, so it could be a really good night. People love to dress up and get go all out for homecoming.
For homecoming, yes.
Yeah. So be sure to get ready. And before,
who else is playing? Kentucky does play, but they are not until 7:45.
Is that at home?
And it's at home against Tennessee.
Well, they suck though.
So. Yes. So, go to the EKU game. If you want to do both, go to both. You have time to do both.
You can come to the Eastern game and complain about Mark Stoops to all your EKU friends.
That's exactly right.
You can do that. I mean, why not?
I will be doing that.
Yeah. So, you can do that. I mean, listen, I've seen so many people complaining. But here's the thing. Kentucky fans will still go. Why can't we get Eastern fans to do that?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Kentucky's awful.
Yes.
They can't. They're winless in the SEC. So why can the Eastern fans not do what Kentucky fans do? Still go to the game. You complain about it, but still go.
I think I think the attendance is going to get less and less and less.
At Kentucky's
I'm trying
games?
to be nice. Yes.
Yeah. Well,
yes.
I mean, listen, we got a big one this week. I don't know who Kentucky plays, but it ain't the number 3 team in their country. Okay. Yeah. You can still do both though.
And you don't want to wear that gaudy
that game will be
orange.
over with at halftime. Tennessee's pretty good. They're coming off a loss against Alabama. So.
Yep. So this will be a much better game.
Yeah,
so come to the EKU game.
Well, let's continue the homecoming talk. Let's take a commercial break. When we come back, Corey Neal will tell us about all the things going on with homecoming. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's EKU and Tarleton State, and we'll tell you about all the festivities that will be involved with not only Saturday, but we'll look at some of the other things going on throughout the week. When we come back, thanks for hanging out with us here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
When you grow up in Richmond, there are 2 traditions you know by heart.
Jack Burford Chevrolet and EKU football.
Jack Burford Chevrolet isn't just a place to buy a car. It's where generations of Central Kentucky families have started their journey.
More than just a school, EKU is the heartbeat of this town, a cornerstone where tradition, pride, and a winning spirit come together.
Jack Burford Chevrolet and EKU football. 2 Richmond icons, 1 winning tradition.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Outdoor power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience. We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store. Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come. And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Have you heard about JB's Grow Shop? They're one of the most unique businesses in Richmond. If you're a farmer or gardener, then you and JB's Grow Shop will make a great team. They provide the highest quality organic soils, nutrients, castings, and much more to meet your indoor and outdoor growing needs. Their experts will meet with you and make sure that you are getting the most out of your homegrown plants. JB's Grow Shop is located in the Southern Hills Plaza Shopping Center at 956 Commercial Drive in Richmond.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Allen Farms and Rodeo invites you to celebrate Halloween and November 1st at Bulls and Barrels Richmond at the Madison County Fairgrounds. Celebrate Halloween with a special trick-or-treat, a concert, and more on Friday night, with mutton busting and more fun taking place on Saturday. Gates open at 4:30 both nights, and the best bull riders and barrel racing around starts at 7:30. For Bulls and Barrels Richmond, October 31st and November 1st at the Madison County Fairgrounds. For more info, like Allen Farms and Rodeo LLC on Facebook. Well, welcome back into the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show here at Jack Burford Chevrolet on the Eastern Bypass in Richmond. We're right across from Walmart, and they have got some great vehicles on the lot here for you, from new to used and all the great things in between. Come on down and see Jack Burford Chevrolet. You can check out their entire inventory at jackburford.com. And Samantha, we've got Corey Neal from EKU Athletics here with us. And Corey, it's a busy week for homecoming. I was looking at the schedule of events. We'll start things off with Light Up Your Res Life from 8 to 10 p.m. That's on Wednesday night at the Powell Plaza. The Colonel Corn Roast, which I've heard is a really big deal. That's Thursday night from 5 to 7. And I was talking to Steve Greenwell last week. He said that's kind of, you got corn dogs, whatever kind of corn you like. There's some different things going on there. Dogs. And then the pregame party from 8 to 10 p.m. at King Johnson. They'll have campus tours this weekend, the homecoming parade, and the block party Friday night. And then on Saturday, of course, you got the 5K that starts at the Recreation Center down on campus, the tailgating, all the fun things going on. You run on the 5K?
Yeah, you know, I'm thinking about probably winning my age division in the 5K.
Let's do a tag
year.
team.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, like you started
That's
off.
not allowed.
And I'll bet don't about what we're doing.
Man, you literally just named it all off, and now he doesn't have anything to tell you.
No. Hang on a second. We can go into more depth. I was just reading off the list of things. We got Corey here to
kind of go
into more detail.
Because, I mean, I don't know, if they had as much homecoming festivities back in,
Well, I know it was 7 or 8 years ago they switched the parade to Friday night to kind of open up more of the tailgate things. Yeah. Now, and I was going to ask you guys, too, are you able to pick the game times, or is that something that the conference picks?
So we do normally set game times. Okay. For homecoming, it's always typically a 3 p.m. game. So that one is probably a little bit easier for us.
Yeah.
And obviously, as it gets a little bit later in the fall, you want
to move them up a little bit,
want to move them up a little bit, so you're not playing a 6 p.m. game at the end of October, early November. So
yeah, although right now it might not be that bad, but yeah, I mean, in years past, it's 30 degrees around that time of the year. Yeah. So getting fans to come out can be a little bit more difficult. But with homecoming, I mean, do y'all do any other promotions? Homecoming kind of sells itself, so you don't really have to do a whole lot else with it. And again, this is a big deal. You got the number 3 ranked team in the country coming in this Saturday.
No, and it is a big deal. The last time we had a team ranked this high come into Roy Kidd Stadium was 2014, I believe.
Wow.
So
is that Jacksonville State?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you all said earlier, I mean, it's a great opportunity. This is a huge game.
Yes.
And we find ourselves in the same position we were last year.
Yeah.
And,
Yes.
I think this team can rattle off, games here at the end of the year, just like they did last year. We went into Tarleton last year and won that game there. So I think Coach Wells will have, all the players ready to go. But, my favorite thing about homecoming is there's so many activities for students, as you mentioned, and alumni community. It's not just a one-off thing. It's not just focused on alumni. It's not just focused on students. So there's an opportunity for everybody. And if you are traveling, like you said, there's plenty of things to do. There's campus tours. Campus has probably changed a lot from
What's
the
a lot
last
in the last
time.
year? I mean,
so I love homecoming week. Obviously, I'm from here. I've been to homecomings as a kid.
Yeah.
My parents are alums, so it's a really great opportunity for anybody to come back to EKU.
well, and so it's new this year, and I talked to Rob Miner, the city manager. He was the one that told me about this last week. And so if you go and you tailgate, go to the game, and then you want to leave your car at the stadium, they're doing trolley rides from downtown back to the stadium, back downtown. So you don't have to even leave. You can leave your car in one spot, get a trolley ride, and enjoy all the things because I know it's not the downtown scene isn't what it once was, but it's still a lot of fun. And if you want to go out to the Paddy Wagon or to BBH or whatever the case might be, you can leave your car parked at Roy Kidd Stadium, get a trolley ride down, and then be taken back. So you don't have to worry about all the things there either.
Yeah, no, I think that just goes to show, how the partnership with EKU and the city has grown over the last, little bit. So I think that helps a lot, the connection there. And obviously, like you said, a lot of our alums, were probably around when the downtown scene was
Very
popping.
different.
I just missed out on that. But yeah.
So I think it's a good opportunity, to come to the stadium, games at 3 p.m. Tickets are $10. Starts at $10, so good opportunity there. Enjoy the game, and then after hopeful win, then take the trolley down to downtown and have a good time.
The block party is something too that's kind of what was it 3 or 4 years ago when they opened up the family dog back up and seeing
Now
everybody
wait,
come
are
back.
they doing that again?
No, the
Or
dog.
no?
So
But it's
the
just a
family
block
dog
party
is
down
not going to
there.
be open, but they will
Okay.
have food trucks.
I was going to
and-
say because I hadn't seen
Yeah.
that part. If they are,
I think Faded Blue is the band that's performing right there's a
I believe
live
so,
band
yeah.
on the patio at Pally's.
Yep.
So you can go downtown. They'll have food trucks there Friday nights. So that'll be a lot of fun too.
and you'll be able to get your cup right.
yes.
Yep.
So
at
that
the-
you
the
can
district.
walk around
Yep.
outside in the Mill District.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that's always for some people that haven't been back for
Yeah.
homecoming may not know about that.
So you can go around to
Right.
Madison Gardens or to one of the other restaurants or bars downtown,
And
and
carry
then
your
walk
cup.
over to the block party there. So it's again
Can't
it's just
just
a lot of
carry
fun.
a beer, or you got to have your
It's
specific
the Mill
cup.
District Cup.
The Mill
yeah.
District
Yeah.
Cup, which you get at the restaurants or the bars, right?
Yep.
So just want to make sure everybody knew that.
Yeah,
Don't
and-
walk around with a beer.
And this block party too. I mean, it's a good way. It's after the parade, so you have the parade first, then everybody can kind of mingle back downtown. And again, talk about the partnership with the city. They shut down Main Street for this parade again Friday night. So it'll just be fun to kind of see the court come through. King and Queen will be crowned at halftime during the game. This is a really special weekend. And you throw into the fact, again, this is a must-win. We have got to win this game.
Yes.
So you need everybody out there to support the team. And if you're a Colonel fan, I mean, whether you come back and watch the games or whatever the case might be, this is the one you need to come to.
Yeah, I mean, like we've said and you all said, like this is a huge game, and it's a perfect opportunity, I think, to continue to show teams in our conference and other FCS teams that we do not like to lose at home. And obviously we've shown that, our last home losses in 2023, almost 2 years ago at this point. I think I did a little bit of research today, obviously the 2014 top 5 team, but I believe also a home winning streak like this we also haven't had since the mid 90s.
Yeah, and now I think I was
So-
talking to somebody during the tailgate show. There was one run where we won like 30 straight home games. Now that was back during the Roy Kidd days, but when you talked about it, this is still a stadium that when it gets rocking, it's very special.
Yes, and nothing against the other teams in our conference or other places I've been, but obviously traveling a lot to different places and stuff like that around FCS, we have a great atmosphere, and our fans get into the game, our students get into the game. I think we've seen our student, attendance increase where others, maybe not. I think everybody is kind of bought in a way, but like you said, we just got to get people out. Strength in numbers. That's what we need, and we've had good crowds the first 3 games, and obviously homecoming is one you try to bank on having a good crowd.
Well, I know fans love that guy with the voice that does like the on the field promotions. They love that guy's voice.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, he's been singing the
Yep.
Dixieland Delight. But listen,
Yeah,
we got to find a
he
way to
does
put
all right.
the lyrics on the screen for that. By the way,
So that
the-
he's
because
not
EK
so you don't
singing
forget
by
him?
So I don't
himself.
forget them, but I'm sitting there singing it to the whole crowd, but I don't know. And there's some of the students I feel like there is like the EKU version of Dixieland
Right,
Delight,
right.
So that's the cool part. But yeah, I mean, and if you haven't been to
I
a
can't
game,
believe you do that, actually.
if you haven't been to a game in the last 5 years, you will be blown away at
Right.
the improvements to the stadium. I mean, you've got the light shows now, the fireworks, the sexy voice of Keith Hardeman. I mean, like all the fun things. If you haven't been to a game since COVID, let's say, you will be shocked at how impressive things.
Yes.
Again, you talked about it. It's
The new video board.
and I've not been to all the other stadiums, but I saw the crowd that was at UNA's homecoming, and that's embarrassing to me. Like we will for sure beat that crowd, and you got to make sure we do. You want to set EKU apart. This is the way to do it. Come out and support the team.
That's right.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think, and I've talked about this on the show before, but I think we put a big emphasis on families and kids.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, Kids at the
there's
Kid was fun last
tons-
weekend.
Tons of things that kids can do and families can do. Obviously, we have inflatables, food trucks, we have games and tailgate, we have stuff inside, and then obviously the atmosphere we try to promote, very active and friendly and, good for everybody.
When you talk about the promotions again, homecoming, it does itself because we'll have people from all over coming back home. But we'll have 2 more home games after that. So talk about the promotions for those. And I know in the past you've done like maybe 3 game pack tickets. Do you have that kind of package available for these last 3 home games?
We do, yeah. We do have a 3-game mini plan. We started offering that after the first game, but obviously we got 3 left. So
Yeah.
this is your last chance to get a 3-game mini pack right now. But yeah, the November 8th game, we will have our Salute to Service game, which, I know how much, service members and all that means to EKU. So I take a lot of pride in doing that game and running that game, working with our veterans office, veterans in the community. We've worked with the Army Depot a little bit as well.
That'll be right close to Veterans Day.
Yeah.
Yep.
That last
Yep.
game, yeah.
Is that
So-
is that the Abilene Christian game, or is that the game before?
That is
Abilene?
a Southern Utah
Southern
game.
Utah game. Okay.
Yeah, so there's a lot of really unique things around that game that I think we do a really good job of and get a lot of positive feedback from veterans and service members that attend. And then our last game, obviously our senior day game. So that's always a big game,
Yeah.
sending off that group the right way. And we'll, continue to do some other things to get people there. Well, obviously our family stuff that we have going on. We do different game day specials, every game. This week, our game day special is barbecue brisket sandwich and Kentucky burgoo.
Oh gosh, that
So
sounds
we
amazing.
get
I'm
2 this
hungry,
week
too.
for
2. I was
homecoming.
going to say, usually it's 1.
Usually it's 1,
Yeah.
but homecoming
Why
thought
not?
might as well
Let's
throw
go
2 on
for
there.
it. Right,
So
let's
come
feed
hungry,
them.
right? Come
Let's
hungry.
feed them. I know that there is also a EKU homecoming sweatshirt that people can buy this
Yeah.
week,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Talk
Does
to
it
us
have
about
the puffy
that.
shoulders like this though? Because if not, Samantha won't buy it.
No, it does not. I've seen it, but it is maroon, right?
It is maroon,
Yeah.
yes. So I think this is the first year they started to sell the homecoming sweatshirts. So the homecoming sweatshirts used to be a student thing at the Colonel Corn Roast, and it was, almost like a jailbreak per se, and the amount of students, kind of going after the sweatshirts, and they get a lot, but there's obviously never enough. And I think just them being a hot commodity, thought, let's offer them to to everybody this
right.
year. So I thought that was a great idea by the
Yes.
alumni office and the student life office to do that.
So you can buy those online.
You can buy those
Right.
online. Yep.
You know, for the game itself, is it, are people encouraged to wear maroon? Are we wearing white? Like, what's the I mean, and people, again, they kind of dress their own way, but we've had the maroon out already once this year. So is there a certain, like, I mean, are we saying, hey, wear your
Is it a
white, wear
whiteout
your
or
maroon?
anything?
Yeah, like, what are we
So-
doing
or
for that
both?
game?
I think
I'm trying to prepare my own outfit, so I'm just trying to asking ahead of time.
you wear, as long as you wear EKU and you
Okay.
come to cheer and yell and support the Colonels, then
You can wear your
you can
Kentucky
wear
blue. Yeah, there you go.
That's not true.
long
Don't
as-
do that.
As
long
long
as
as
you're
it's
not cheering
purple,
for
just
the
don't wear
purple team.
purple.
Don't
Yeah,
wear
just don't wear
purple.
purple.
Yeah, don't wear purple, and then we'll be good.
Wait, wasn't last week's team purple too?
Yeah, UNA is
I was
purple.
getting ready to say they
I
were
think Abilene
purple.
Christian's purple too,
Abilene
and
They're
Central
all
Christian and
Arkansas.
Central
purple.
Arkansas.
Yeah, we got
Everybody's
four purple
purple.
teams in
so
the
we're
conference.
good with the maroon.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's talk about that pumpkin carving. That's new this year, right? You put them at the library, get your pumpkin, carve it out, drop it off at the library. They're doing a big pumpkin. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, I think it just goes along with the rest of the student events they do. I think it's since COVID, so much has changed with college students, and I think our student life office continues to do a good job of just engaging our
Yeah.
students and all kinds of students, right? Like everybody's different, everybody has their own thing. So I think it's really cool the different opportunities they're offering. For all our students to do things like that. And then the Colonel Corn Roast is just such a unique,
Yeah.
it's such a unique thing. Like you said, they're corn dogs, popcorn, everything.
I'm
Like
hungry
it's
right
such
now,
a
so.
such
I
a
know.
unique experience.
Yeah. Well, I
Uh,
think we need to take a commercial
well,
break.
before
but
we
can
go, though-
come back and keep talking more.
I mean, are you good to stick around with us for a little bit?
Yeah,
Can we
I'm
talk
good with-
basketball too? I mean, we got basketball right around the corner. I mean, it's a busy time for you and the staff there. I know we got when's the first basketball game? When's the Western game?
The Western game is November 10th.
Okay, so that's right. I mean, we're 3
Right,
weeks
we
away
are-
from that.
We are
so
right there.
let's talk about that. Stick around. We'll hang out
Yeah.
and talk to more.
And I
with
want to know about the
Corey and,
kickball. I found out there's a kickball competition. I had no idea.
like a kickball
Like
game.
this week. Yes, through Parks and
Let's
Rec.
let's get our team together then. Go with that.
You can run and kick a ball.
Well, yeah. I mean,
He can sing Dixieland Delight. He
There
can
you
kick a
go.
kickball.
yeah, I'll do the national anthem. We'll be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for joining us here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
When you grow up in Richmond, there are two traditions you know by heart.
Jack Burford Chevrolet and EKU football.
Jack Burford Chevrolet isn't just a place to buy a car. It's where generations of Central Kentucky families have started their journey.
More than just a school, EKU is the heartbeat of this town, a cornerstone where tradition, pride, and a winning spirit come together.
Jack Burford Chevrolet and EKU football. Two Richmond icons, one winning tradition.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience. We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Co-Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store. Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come. And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Have you heard about JB's Grow Shop? They're one of the most unique businesses in Richmond. If you're a farmer or gardener, then you and JB's Grow Shop will make a great team. They provide the highest quality organic soils, nutrients, castings, and much more to meet your indoor and outdoor growing needs. Their experts will meet with you and make sure that you are getting the most out of your homegrown plants. JB's Grow Shop is located in the Southern Hills Plaza Shopping Center at 956 Commercial Drive in Richmond.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Allen Farms and Rodeo invites you to celebrate Halloween and November 1st at Bulls and Barrels Richmond at the Madison County Fairgrounds. Celebrate Halloween with a special trick-or-treat, a concert, and more on Friday night, with mutton busting and more fun taking place on Saturday. Gates open at 4:30 both nights, and the best bull riders and barrel racing around starts at 7:30 for Bulls and Barrels Richmond, October 31st and November 1st at the Madison County Fairgrounds. For more info, like Allen Farms and Rodeo LLC on Facebook.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Michael's.
You messed it up.
No, I didn't. Michael, I just gave him, a definite hard time.
She kicked
because
me.
he has had so much caffeine that I'm just sitting over here like this. I was like,
Just chilling.
I'm chilling because you were on a roll.
Well,
You
yeah,
said
listen.
before we started he was on
Most
a roll.
of the time
and
when
he definitely
most
is.
of the time I don't get to talk to Corey a whole lot. He's a busy man, so
He is
I'm
a
getting
busy
to hang
man,
out
so
with him.
I'm just going to sit here and let you do
No,
your
go ahead.
thing.
You said you had some stuff you want to talk about. I was being on my
Well,
cog,
we've been
so.
Googling and looking up all kinds of. There is so much stuff this week, Corey, in there. I mean,
There
we
is
could just
a
keep
lot.
going on. But it's the 16th year for this kickball championship, which I didn't know they did it. But
I was going to put you on my team, but I'm not now.
Sounds really cool. So I guess you just get with Parks and Rec at EKU. And
Yeah,
sign up.
it's. I was reading a little bit more about it. It's the way they separate the teams is there's like a student team, and then there's what they call an old folks team, which is faculty,
I'd get on there.
faculty, staff, and alumni.
Okay.
So they play against the students.
And when is
So
this?
It's Friday, I believe, at noon to 1:30.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
That
And
is
is it
pretty
at the
cool.
at the rec center or
I would assume it's probably on the rec field.
yeah, intramural fields?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
And
yeah,
no
you
lie.
got plenty of time.
It
Yeah,
sounds
I'm
like
gonna
a lot
I'm
of
gonna
fun.
start stretching now, and I'll be ready.
That's
for
what I was
Friday.
getting ready to say. We
Yeah.
would probably hurt ourselves. But it is the first year. I mentioned a minute ago, the first year for students, anybody, alumni, if you want to do it, and you're local, decorate your pumpkin, carve it out, take it to the EKU library. I think they're going to line them up. Maybe the way Tracy does on their stairs for Halloween,
Well, I
line
mean,
up the pumpkin. It's called the pumpkin glow.
This is
That's
all
something
pretty
new
cool.
this year, too. So they just keep adding more festivities.
Yeah.
Well, and we talked about there's concerts all over town
Yes.
Friday night, and you got the Straight No Chaser on Sunday.
Sunday,
That's more of
7.
a that's what we used to do
It's an
back in the day.
acapella
We
group.
Straight No Chaser. We didn't want No Chaser back in the day. Now I gotta
Yeah,
have
but
like 3 of them.
This is different.
Yeah.
So
I
this
know,
is
I
singing.
know.
You're
Yeah.
not allowed to sing with them, even though they're acapella.
We need a karaoke competition.
The
We need
$20 tickets. So go to that.
Okay, I got an
Sunday.
idea for
It's the
next
end
year's
of
homecoming game.
Yeah.
We need a karaoke contest alumni at halftime.
As long as you go first, we can make it happen.
Yeah, I'll do
No, at halftime you got to crown the king and the queen.
That's true.
That's
It's
true.
it's a
In
very
between
tight
quarters.
that
halftime.
takes a long time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah. And,
You're not allowed out
It
there.
does. And listen, there's so much fun at every EKU game. I mean,
it is.
and here's what I'll tell you too.
But this
If
one's
you
extra
are a
special.
Colonel fan, come over and join Cousin I. So we're going to do our show from 12 to 1 this week. And if you are in town, come by, talk to Howard Miller and myself, whether if you went to school with Howard or you went to school with look at you, Davis calling me, knowing I'm on the air. But
He's
you know, if
probably
you-
doing the same thing. Let Samantha talk for a minute.
Well, and you look at all the events that go on here. Again, the 5K Saturday morning. I mean, there's just so many different events that you can take part in, whether you want to just chill with your friends or you want to, celebrate. There's just so many different events. And again, before we went to commercial break, we're talking about basketball.
Yes.
That Western game is going to be a big deal because from what I've been told, all the scrimmages and everything will take place at Berea College. The first game will
You
be
get
that
to
Western game in the new stadium or the new
you get to
arena, right?
unveil the curtain.
We'll do the ribbon cutting that morning.
Okay. At 10 a.m., right?
At 10 a.m., and then we'll have the game that night. And obviously, I think, we hope it's a sellout crowd with majority of maroon, which I think it will be. I think
No
our
red
fans,
allowed.
Yeah, I'm with you, Samantha. It was nice to play there. Obviously, the second half of last season, get back in there and kind of show a little bit, of what some of the changes we've made, and then obviously the rest of the changes being made, before this season. So I'm really excited for everybody else to see, what it looks like and what the future kind of looks like in there.
Well, I know
Okay,
one of the guys.
Hold up. Are you allowed to give us a smidgen of what we can expect new?
I think
Come on.
the biggest change will just be the seating.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we kind of knew that.
We're more
that's the
modern
biggest.
seating, right?
More modern
Yeah.
seating.
And chairbacks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
but you're not allowed to really tell us.
Well, is it too late for
Darn.
people to sign up? You got the arena, like I don't know what's called, but you've got the glass room that you can see straight onto the court. Is there too late for people to
There's
sign
one
up
on
for
the
that?
bottom and one on the top.
Yeah, what's the info for being the VIP area or whatever it's called?
Right. So, we do have those for sale. We obviously just launched our priority point system over the summer. So we've been talking to a lot of people on that list, and then new people that are interested in those spaces. But yeah, you can buy those by contacting Raymond White in the ticket office. And then regular season tickets and access to our club area. Obviously, we're selling those too. And I think selling really well. I think a lot of people are excited about the newer seating, the different areas that we have to offer, and just the whole experience. I think the other part that sometimes gets overlooked is I feel like we keep kind of going back to the food thing.
That's important.
But
it's
people
important.
eat at the games.
But the concession, we redid the concession stands last year and got a chance to try out some different things that I know, our concession staff and Aramark have wanted to do for so long.
Yeah.
So being able to do that, that changes a little bit of the experience.
Yes.
And that's just
And brings
it's just
in
one more
revenue.
thing. It does, yeah. Different opportunities, like it's not you're the same old. We can do a lot of different things, some of the things like we're doing at football, we can do there.
And it's nice to be able to have a cocktail if you want.
Well,
or
and I like
a
the
Diet Coke if you want.
the store. That's something new that you all added last year.
Yeah, the new
because,
team store.
you and listen, I love me a new EKU shirt, and you really
You
can't
like it
find.
for free, though.
Well, listen, if I can get one for free, yeah, but there's some very unique apparel inside that store.
Yes.
And again, that was something that was added toward the end of last year. But you can't really find some of these shirts or something. So you'd have to kind of go on campus to find them. So if you come to
At
the
the
game, right
bookstore.
there you go.
Got a good
And there's
opportunity.
youth and adult. There's different things there to kind of help cheer on the team. And
in the football stadium, too. So if you
Yes,
go this
yeah.
weekend, you
can
can
get something
them,
there,
wear
too.
them both.
Yeah.
But there's you could tell that this is a more modernized arena. And, I haven't been to a lot of the different arenas around the
basketball.
conference. But, man, this was it is very impressive with the screens and everything. If you did not get the chance to see it last year, you've got to come out. If you can't make it to the Western game, at some point this year, you've got to come out and just take on a game inside of the New Baptist Health Arena.
Right, and there's plenty of opportunities, right? Men's and women's basketball, both in there. Both play probably about 15 home games apiece. So plenty of opportunity to come and check it out.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good teams coming in again this year. And the Western game, listen, you know how big that rivalry is.
Yes.
And you got to get out there and support them. This Saturday, it's important. It's Tarleton State and EKU, the Colonels, with their homecoming game. And again, Corey, one more time, tell them where they can get tickets at for this Saturday. You got, again, the 3-game mini pack. There's so many ways to get involved, but where's the best place to go and to keep up with all the promotions that you all will be doing as well?
So the best place you can go is EKUsports.com. That'll be kind of, that's our home base. All the information, news for all our teams, tickets, everything you need to know can be found there. And then you can also always call our ticket office, 859-622-2122. You can talk to Ray or Hunter, and they can set you up for whatever you need. Like you said, we still have our 3-game mini plan, which is a really good deal. And then, in terms of the 10 wins in a row at home is why we're doing the $10 tickets.
Okay,
you know, starting at $10 for this Saturday. We just want people out there.
Yeah, and it's a good game. It's again, the number 3 team in the country coming into Richmond after a disappointing loss. We got to have support this weekend.
3 o'clock game.
Yeah, 3 o'clock game. And come on and talk to us during the tailgate
it's
show,
sweater
too.
weather, too. Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Come over and talk to you guys. It is a lot of fun.
I'll tell you what, if you come over and talk to me, we will take a shot on the air together.
No.
Can I do that? Can I get paid to do that?
I don't No.
All right, we can't do that. All right, whatever. We'll do it on during
I'll
commercial
watch
break
you,
then.
and then I'll be on the
There
show.
you go. Oh, you can take over from me. I'll just go do my thing.
He may not let you talk, though.
True. No.
Hang on.
What's funny
She did
is
yell at me during commercial break, everybody.
I did not yell.
I understand. I've said
Go
it.
to the game.
John
$10
Burford is the same.
tickets. It's EKU Sports. You can even, if you don't want to get online, you can go to the Coliseum and get your tickets.
All right, there you go.
Ray White.
Yeah. Okay,
Give
listen.
him a call.
Find you. I dare anybody to find a more easier person to talk to in the ticket office around the conference than Ray White.
That's right.
EKUsports.com is where to go,
Yes.
folks. You can go on to WBONTV.com and see our story up now with all the homecoming festivities. Thanks, Corey, for coming on with us, folks. Thanks for Copeland, Peterson, Aiden Mills, and she is Samantha Burford. I'll let you close it out. Go ahead, send us home.
Thank you for watching, everybody. Until next week, make sure you get to the Madison Central game, too.
There you go. Yeah.
As Friday night, we'll be there.
Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.